have simulator. However, it does need some tweaking, and that's the part that a lot of people don't want to do. Okay, one more ActiveX cannot be registered. What? Come on, you just did it a little while ago. Why are you messing with me? One or more ActiveX controls cannot be registered. We were just working, guy. Don't do this. What could be using that? I don't think this would. No, this doesn't use MIDI at all. Try and close that out. Is there any other thing back there? Universal control. No, I don't see anything that could be using that. Of course, it could still be just bound up. Let me go all the way. So what's bounding you up? Yeah. Oh, let me try and run it as administrator. That's what it did last time. That's right, that's right. Sorry. There's only so much man can think at one time, isn't there? She takes a lot of my thoughts. There we go. Let's see if this will do it right. Yes, it will. Alright, so this is the Gen Editor. You have everything right there. You can see you have the green cabinet, the green cabinet right here, the green amp. You have the red cabinet. You can adjust the tuning, which is like the size of the cabinet. It's fucking sweet. Then the rectifier right there, this is the red amp and the red cabinet. As you can see, you can adjust the gain, and you can adjust the actual frequency the bass will be handling, which is a big plus. Right up here you can select, let me turn this on. Right, so these are the ones that are, let's just let the 2 chunk and see what happens if it changes. So let's dig in here where we got a hot rod and a British. So let's try and get a let's try and get like a gritty but not too terribly gritty sound. So let's go for the green amp here, and this will be the main one. We should be on the green amp, right? Let me see. That's the Brit stack. Everything's at 0. Okay, so I guess we want to, what? Oh, that's the level, duh. For 10K? 500? No. It's the highest you'll go. Come on now. 9. About 2,000. And the low one, yeah. Can we just change this? It'd be that easy to make complementary sounds. So if I want to go with this one on the left and then go with this one on the right. It would sound similar, but not. That's where that note hunting comes in. If you try and find notes that match. whatever you're trying to achieve. Roll off the gain. Off the volume, I should say. Roll off the volume and then it cleans up. That's what I said. If I see some like a band and they're getting ready to play and or record, and they break out volume pedals, that means they understand their music and they understand that it's. With a volume pedal, you can just swap the. Also, like, when the guitar is not doing too much woofy in the bass, because you understand that the relationship between the guitar and the bass is going to be going, an octave down. I love when the bass player is not just going like, the guitar is. Doesn't mean they have the different character, and it stands out so much because, like I said, I'm not in those frequencies. I'm right at the edge. And that's all the Genesis is doing all that. Now the Genetics 1 had the same interface, but had one pedal, and it could click into a wah. And there's a way to get to the effects. I just can't figure out. Device. And once I'm done, I can load this onto the sound. I just save it to the preset 1 librarian window. Okay, that's the window right there. So how do I get to the effects? Oh, duh, right down there at the bottom. Okay, cool. So we go to the effects. Simulator. This is the pickup simulator. Single coil to a humbucker. Humbucker to a single coil. Since that is actually a humbucker in the bridge, I can actually test that, and I'll switch over to the single coil and see if it can humbuck a single coil, if it sounds actual genuine or not. I think it sounds, especially when the oh, I should do that. I should run. Okay, that goes out. This has an end. Shit. Yeah. Yeah. It's on 1 and 2. So I need to, if I can do it where it'll control, the foot pedal controls that. Then I would free up the USB 2.0, wouldn't I? Oh, but that's a keyboard. That's the other one. Fuck. If the keyboard hadn't... That's what I'm talking about. It dead ends because the keyboard only has 2 outs. If it had 1 in and like a pass-through, everything right here would be set up. I'd have my foot controller, that right there, the Genesis, the foot controller, the keyboard, and everything. I just set this is channel like 1, this is channel 2, that is channel like 3. And it'll recognize all of them. It could actually recognize another 13 tracks. So if that wasn't dead ended, I could have that, and that'd be on 10. Yeah, so I could go there, hit the foot pedal, come up the back into that, and now that into there, and then going at it. Yeah, fuck, that'd be sweet as shit. Fucking money hungry whores. They'll do anything for cash. I mean, even like, okay, so like that way that they don't do it on the higher end. So that if you try and buy a lesser end, like the cheaper ones, you can't daisy chain. Like, this is a 61 key, I think, keyboard, which is plenty. But a real one is like 88. So they don't want me linking to 61s and being happy as shit. Running all these other things like Behringer understands. The Genesis right there, it understands. Like the ones that want to play line 6. The ones that play along, they understand it's a big thing. If this had like a MIDI, then it could just be this big, huge fucking pass through, and it has 16 channels in, 16 out with MIDI. This has speed diff. I'd have another 8. Even if this had optical, ooh, I bet they could. Optical left and right, then this could be like an ADAT 1 and ADAT 2. Channels 1 through 8 would be ADAT 1. Yeah, just get rid of the USB port in the back that has it is an adapter, and make an adapter to make that light pipe. 2 light pipes, 1 and 2, and then all 16 channels would work perfect. Has for light Firewire. Set up for Firewire. There's got to be a way between the Firewire and the USB. There's got to be a way to convert that so that this can still be like I said, ADAT 1 and 2 out to that. That'd be fucking sweet. Even in 1, because this could be my like drum control. Anyways, let's go through some sounds and try and tweak some things about that. To the humbucker. no wah. There's a crybaby. There's a boutique, and there's a full. If I had this plugged up, I'd show it and be like, I mean, 'cause like the cry sounds like a crybaby. It has the range. The boutique has a bit more sculpted. You have to like, you know, whatever. And then the full has like all the way from wah like to the very high. It's ridiculous. And then you can set the range, minimum and max. Like if you want the full, and that way. Make sure I'm not lying here on the full. Yeah, and so that way if you want it to be... And you can stomp in and out. Let's see if I can do that. Hear it? I wouldn't want to go that far. That's like 57. That's 15. After a bit, it becomes pretty much unusable, but the cry is not bad. Now it's like a stomp distortion. If I ever get it, when I could always buy another FCB 1010, huh? And just sit on a different channel. One for controlling that for live show, and actually, you know what? I could dial this in. Yeah, we ate a little while ago, dude. Shut the fuck up. Oh, you wanted to say hey to Boo Boo too? Okay, that's a hello to you, Boo Boo. Kind of adds a little bit of clarity. Like I said, it kind of ducks it out of the way. It's a lot easier to hear it this way. Out. Out. This is a synth talk. If I had the wall pedal hooked up, it would control this, and I could be wah 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 with the synth talk. No mics, no nothing, and I can still dry track what I'm playing through channel 5, and I can either have the tube distortion on there, I mean a tube preamp, or not. I'm going to buy a new tube for that, probably like a Marshall, something that can take some heavy abuse and still clean up nicely, but give like a nice vintage warm. And that'll be feeding into my amp sims, so it will be a bit warmed, a bit more gain. I can trim below 80 on track 5, so that way everything on that is just like, it's gonna be clean. It won't have any. Let me show you what it would sound more like. Well, cleaned up, anyways. because it has detune here, but it also has detune under the intelligent pitch shift. I haven't gone through that yet, but I'll pull it up here in a second, because you can detune the detune, and this one right here, of course, can be balanced so that it's more on one ear. Like it a whole lot. And then if it would do 24-bit, I could record the speed diff. Or if they would adjust 96 and 48 to allow 44 kilohertz to be a viable, I would say digital 44 from the speed diff would probably be cleaner than whatever the fuck I'm getting here. If I could get it 24-bit, yeah, 24-bit, 48 kilohertz, I guarantee it'd be cleaner than, or even at 44, it's still cleaner than what I could get. Because I mean, it's going to have all these effects on there, and there's no loss of quality whatsoever through any AD converters, because the computer is speaking directly to the computer. It's just digital information. You can carry stereo information on that one cable. And if I want to have things like panning around and moving in the audio field, it's easy as fuck to do via SpeedIF. Why they abandoned it, I don't know. I think the newer ones, like I said, should accept 44. It's like, oh, we know who you are. You're not quite quality enough, you know, what we are, but we know what you're doing. 48, we know what you're doing. And then at 96 is like, that's kind of our limit. I think audio can, like if you're recording at 96, you can bring in a 44, yeah, studio quality. You can bring in a 44, you can bring in a 48. I've done it. Actually, one of the mixes I'm doing now, what Falling Again, had, no, it wasn't that one. It was another one, had 96 kilohertz dry tracks, and I brought them into a 48 kilohertz session, and they just sound fucking clean. It just... Last one. Flanger. Pitch. I know there's an auto pan. Shift the amount. Let's do an octave. That's 24. There's 12. Thing is, I can take the cabs completely out. If I meld the heads together in a way that I fucking like a lot, I just pump that out dry, usually through SpeedIF, which would be the best, but now I can just pump it dry into here, out 3-4. I don't necessarily have to monitor it here, whatever's going through the amps. I could almost try that, couldn't I? I'll try it here in a second, see if I can figure out how to do that. like pull up like a guitar rig and then just load up an amp cabinet and then see if we can do what I'm talking about. Oh, octave down, you say? That's a room reverb, and I use those, very often just to try and give it not to flood it, but to give it some distance, some 3D depth for whatever sound I'm using, whether it's EQs or whatever, because it's got that back there. Sounds like it's in a room. You can adjust the size of the room, the width of the room. Apparently, I got more stuff to say, and the balance of the room, you can make it over to one ear or not. So that's different on this one. Plate reverb. I often use this on a vocal. Its reverb comes from a plate being vibrating and echoing. Well, the sound dissipating through the music, vibrating through the metal. Kind of the way a spring would, only with a plate. And I can run this as an effects loop and run any of my, like run my voice to route it out to that, and then have any of these effects on there, like the ya or any of that shit on my voice as a secondary to record the dry. I love my setup. I love it indeed. Alright, so there's a hall reverb. What is this? Amphitheater. Okay, so that's the effects. Let's go through some of the amps here and see if we can't get, what's this page here? Oh, this is the expression pedal assignment. Sweet. Because it has its own pedal. I wish I could find the Genesis. I think it's called the X, DigiTech X pedal or something like that. It has a proprietary cable to it and everything that, and it controls all this shit. It's got 2 expression pedals, LFOs. Yeah, it's very, very sweet. But as far as the amp right here, you can tune the cabs as if they had bigger cabinets or smaller cabinets. Let's go ahead and go to the red. Very interesting. I was just going to say, I'm thinking about bailing out for a second or two. I want to show off my new drums. I did a new drum sound. I want to do that, but I am dressed for something else besides banging on drums. Washing dishes and where the wildflowers grow. So sparkly. Not my song, not my problem. I'm gonna probably go make some dinner. I had a sandwich, and then what else I had? I had some coffee and shit, so I didn't get up till like 6 o'clock at night because, man, I fucking rode all the way to the morning town. Looks like I'm going to be doing the same thing here today. Crashing out maybe around noon. So I'm going to get some food and I'll come back and jam a little bit, maybe play some drums. I found that I played better. Like the kick drum definitely sounds more solid when I'm playing with my shoes. Probably adds extra weight in that hit. I'm trying to do like a softer foot, but it doesn't register with the drum machine. But like a solid, just even trying to play lightly, it's just and like, oh yeah. in my drumming's got a lot better by just trying to make my kick drum foot less active. Trying to focus more on the beat and less on weird shit, and trying to space it out, space the weird shit. Mainly just keep the beat, and then space the weird shit to spice things up, so it doesn't sound like what I consider like typical drumming, which would be proper. I can't do patterns. It drives me nuts. Just even if it's an interesting pattern, just over and over and over. Oh, fuck that. I'll play it repeatedly, like the same part in the same song. Yeah, sure. But like the whole verse goes, and I'll slap somebody. My guitar doesn't do the same thing the whole time. Why should the drums? As long as it's keeping beat, I don't give a fuck. As long as it's in there. I remember like the first time I realized I don't give a shit. It was way back in the day. We were playing and Opie went to go grab a fill. He never was really good at fills, and bringing it back into the beat. This one went way too long, but I realized if I just kept playing, he had a instead of a and it was into the rest of the beat. I'm like, fuck, why didn't I keep going? He finally nailed one. He's always into like John Bonham and stuff, and starting the fill early and or carrying it late into the next beat than where it should be. And that's where I got like, okay, gotcha. And when he came to teach me, hang out at my place, he was always talking about how like jazz should change very frequently, and if you actually know the song, you're just making it up as you go because you know how the changes go and you know how it feels. I'm like, fuck yeah, okay, I see. So then I was like, then you wouldn't get bored. Like, no, it's improv. It's a feel of improv. It is improv, but you know what's coming. That's the difference. And I'm like, that's right up my fucking alley, dude. That is right up my alley as far as drumming. Now I just gotta work on getting the solid beat right, which comes from just hammering on to a metronome and just doing a beat. Just doom, ta. That thing I can't stand until it's just locked in, no matter what the tempo is, once you set it in your head, that's it, man. And you can just roll with that. Like, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's just what it's going to be until the song's over, or, it changes. There's just so much really cool shit that I found here recently. Like, I've been working on the mixes and stuff, and doing the mixes, Girdma, Trough, Dom, all that stuff. I should probably go back and remix some of Skirmish, but it's electronic, so it doesn't need it as much. It could benefit from it for sure, because I do a lot of like, and if it's not EQ'd properly, it'll get lost in the bass and stuff. So that's my standing. Let's go to the squatting. The chat's open, but I can't create a channel to join the chat. All messages will send. Okay, I guess I can see. No, I didn't want to do that. Oh well, fuck it. It could see the chat for a second. I did a similar thing with my fucking mixer earlier today. Nearly lost the son of a bitch. Fucking went to calibrate the LCD screen because it's always having kind of touch pretty hard, and so I decided to touch kind of lightly and recalibrate it. Oh, it fucked the screen all off. I mean, just nuts. Like I'd be pushing here and it'd be triggered something over here. But then at the top, I'd have to go far right to trigger something over here. Like I was hitting the setup and it was triggering utility. So I had to get like all in the corner and then like hit the utility. See that setup okay to touch screen. And I did that. We ain't doing that now. What ended up happening is I had to go to setup. No, not that. It was on this screen right here, and I couldn't get it to switch over, and I found out what these do. See, those go like that, and then drop down, and then I got the LCD screen calibrate, so I don't have to worry about that ever again. I was about to like a factory reset it. Clock source. Oh yeah, we want an internal 48. Check 1, 2. We're back in. See, we just set to 48. Hopefully the sample rate's going through. And now the board is at 48. And it's locked in. Good. Sample rate digital. Oh, it can probably be controlled by if you have a word clock and shit. So word clock or world clock? Word clock. I never got into that, but it'd probably be really great, especially if this is 8 and this is 16, and if I had another one that could just time them together, and that way if I hit start on one, everything's ready to go. You know, it'd be, there's no sync loss or anything like that. This board is fucking incredible. If they're not going to go to the 16 by 16 whatever, you would be fucking dope to do 8 right there, the 8 outs, and another 8 through the 8 at light pipe. That would be really fucking cool. So even if they had the recording at 16, you could do all 8 going into, because this doesn't have any, you know, it's got inputs, but this, what good is an input without a signal? And this has 8 signal outputs. Peanut butter and Reese's and chocolate. Oh yeah, I can't really do milk chocolate anymore. It was okay because that generic chocolate doesn't hurt my stomach because it's just sugar and chocolate flavoring. So cocoa. Hell yeah, I found a big old box of like 50 packages of cocoa. I'm gonna start on that shit. It's getting cold out there. I found a new way to make tea in the coffee pot. Fuck yeah. It's good as shit too. It's the big, because I usually have to make like a small cup, but this is like a big old cup and it's fucking nice. Speaking of big old cups. I could always put on some music and I need to go cook and make some dinner. Just hate to go. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Man, this is just so amazing now that that desk is set up, like the way it's set there. My monitors have a place to be. All my shit has a place to be. All this is set up better. There's more room up here. My picks are always in the way. Those are up there. The cables are all out of the way because it's, you know, and the TV's up higher, so it's less strain on my neck and shit. I just look forward right there, and then there's that one at the same level. I'd like a little bit bigger one there. Beggars and choosers. It's fine. It is fine. It's fine. We're fine. You didn't go away. And then on top of that, if I set myself in the middle of those two speakers right there to listen to them properly for getting it even, it turns out if I back here, it's exactly even from those, which was always hard to try and settle where middle was between those, like getting it balanced right. This is it. And so usually I'm sitting right here, like in the middle of the desk. So, like I said, when I go to listen to music, there's only one way to get the middle of those two speakers, and that'd be sitting right about here. And that's close enough. Like I said, then in order to get those are a little bit further back. I just gotta, well, actually, I scooted the wrong way, but you get it. I just adjust it to where it's there. And it's even closer to the microphone. Could have gone longer, but then been like, okay, no, okay. So just one to get my breath back. Yeah, I didn't even take a deep breath before doing that. If I had taken a breath and then just micro, and then fold, it probably gone long. Probably like fucking shooting somebody by the end. Like everybody go nuts. It starts to vibrate the wall, and the earth starts to fall apart. And then the Mage Guild gets a visit from the Fighters Guild United, and they just fucking off Christerian and tosses fucking. And again, if it had mediated out, everything would be just connected, and that would be so fucking sweet. I may have to get like a MIDI merge or something like that, so I can do that, because I just need a line from there to go in here, and I don't want to disconnect the. I really like how the FCB 1010. I mean, you can just. It's on its own. There's no extra cable. I mean, it's like the USB 2.0, so I can just be right here. No, you don't. I saw you fall off my finger, fucker. Yeah, right here you got your stomps and shit. I have another one, but that one's for the line 6. It's just stomp pedals. What is it? Does it have a USB at all? Yeah, it's got USB. How about that? So I couldn't use the volume pedal per se. That one's kind of funky, but I mean, maybe I can take it apart and put that back together. It's just the housing. The housing has gotten loose, I guess, from wobbling it. It's just the pedal is not in it. And if it's in its track, it'll work just fine, but it won't hold forward or back. And then also rocking back makes it do shit. But, oh, those are some solid stomps. Yeah, we're gonna have to break that out. Fuck yeah. I can do too much shit with that. I forgot they could do USB. I had it hooked up to the line 6. They had it hooked up through Ethernet. But I'll hook it up USB straight to the. Fuck yeah! It all comes back to you. You're bound to get what you deserve. You try and test that, you're gonna get fucking served. Yeah, so that way I can pull this over here. Oh shit, yeah. It can control all kinds of shit by just sitting right there. Oh, if I could get that, I need to get that foot pedal swapped, because that can control my wah. No, because that clicks on and off. Oh yeah, I could use it to control the wah, and then it just clicks on and off, and then the volume would be here, and so would whatever. Because right now I have this controlling the wah and the volume, but they're on separate pedals, and it has another stomp here that makes it a little bit difficult. Whereas if it was there, I just click on the stomp on the wall and just and then turn it off. Stomp pedals galore, so I don't have to do the double stomp. Fuck, that'd be great. That's gonna be great. I mean, that would be. It is, because fuck, man, I forgot all about that. And then I've got that other DigiTech. I might be able to salvage that pedal. Yeah, they're about the same size, man. That'd be fucking sweet. If the pedal just, like the rocker, broke and that one's working, because I'll never use that one. But I'm pretty sure I can fix that. It's just a matter of tightening some screws. There you go. Now you got your 2 hours. It's an hour and 54. That's actually, I wanted to stay for 2 hours. So, I didn't know if I'd have enough shit to talk about, but apparently I'm just getting started. I've got lots. Fucking the tips of these. Okay, so the part that this screws onto is too small for this drum tip, so I used some cloth on this one just to bind it in. I didn't think it would work. It did. And so I did the same thing on this one, and the tip shot off. It was working so good until, like, I guess last night I was playing, and I got up and I just put the sticks down. I didn't notice that the piece was off. And then I went to go shower today, and I was going back and forth through here. Look, it's all cleaned up a bit. I got the cables all hooked up and shit. Everything is getting a lot cleaner around here. Every room in the house is cleaner now. But this was, I was like, what the fuck is that? And I picked it up and I'm like, ah, shit. And so I got some electrical tape and wound it around there, and it actually looks better than the cloth. It works. And then there's this one. It works. I thought about taking an electrical tape and I'm like, nah. If it pops off again, I'll find something else to do. But I've tried banging and staying on there. That's kind of driving me nuts. So I might get some electrical tape on that shit just to keep it from going. Should just go. There's no ringing noise. What the fuck is that? There. The one thing, if you could attach like something. Why don't they do that? You can hold it in your hand, you know, to mute it, and yeah. They even match. Alright. Goodbye for now.